A preview coming up for Game 4 of the Western Conference quarterfinals between the Phoenix Coyotes and the Chicago Blackhawks. That and more coming up on the Ryan O'Hara Network. This episode is brought to you by SeePuertoRico.com. Discover Puerto Rico. Come to discover a world full of natural wonders, sparkling beaches, and endless adventure. Puerto Rico does it better. Book your vacation today. SeePuertoRico.com. Now, Marian Hossa will not play in Game 4 tomorrow, with the Coyotes leading the series 2-1. He was at home resting, exchanging texts with his Blackhawks teammates less than 24 hours after he was carried off the ice on a stretcher and taken to a hospital. The hard knock by Torres was the latest in a first round that's been dominated by brawls and violent hits. The NHL scheduled a Friday hearing in New York City for a player who has a reputation for big and some say dirty hits. Depending on the locker room, the severity of the blow, 1 year after Torres did the same thing to Chicago's Brent Seabrook while playing for Vancouver, differed and took the spotlight from a competitive first-round matchup that has seen all 3 games go to overtime. Quote from Coyotes coach Dave Tippett, quote, "I've seen a lot of other hits like it in the league. It's a fast game. The thing about television is they can slow it down. You can click and click and click it. When you're out there on the ice, it's not slowed down and click, click, click. It's a fast game." Quote, "I don't think there was any malicious intent on Rafi's part. He's a hard hitter. That's the way he plays the game. He turned, coming full speed, caught a guy right in the chest. Unfortunately, the player was injured." Torres' skates actually came off the ice as he hit Hossa and sent Chicago's regular season points leader crashing to the ice in the first period. Hossa just passed the puck when he was hit. Quote from Patrick Sharp, "There's only been one dirty hit in our series, and you saw the same from that guy last year in the same series. You know it's coming. You try to warn your line mates, and be aware when he's on the ice. He's got a history of targeting guys' heads and having questionable hits. It makes it that much more frustrating to see it happen, but we got to rally behind Hoss." Chicago coach Joel Quenneville reiterated that the hit on Hossa was, quote, "brutal." He said there was little change in Hossa's condition without being specific, but said he was definitely not playing tomorrow night. Asked if Hossa's injury was long-term, Quenneville said, "We'll see." Hossa went to a hospital for tests last night before he was taken home. Team doctors said a full recovery is expected, but there is no timetable for when he will return. Torres, who wasn't available for comment today, spoke after the game and said, quote, "I felt like it was a hockey play. I was just trying to finish my hit out there." The Blackhawks were not buying it. Quote, "In the history of the game, hitting is used to dislodge a player from the puck, not the intent to injure when you don't have the puck because you aren't aware. To me, that wasn't a hockey play." That is according to Blackhawks forward Andrew Brunette. Quote, "When you don't have the puck, there should be that kind of contact." The Coyotes were also unhappy when Chicago rookie Andrew Shaw collided with goalie Mike Smith behind the net in Game 2 and knocked him to the ice, so maybe a slight hypocrisy from the Blackhawks. Smith was able to stay in the game, and Shaw got a game misconduct. On Tuesday, he was suspended for 3 games. Torres was not penalized for his hit on Hossa in front of the benches. Quenneville said after the game that the refereeing, quote, "was a disgrace." Quenneville said the Blackhawks were still angry today and hope to channel that into a better performance tomorrow night. They've taken the first lead in all 3 games and were up 1-0 midway through the final period Tuesday night before a 65-second span of 4-on-4 led to 3 goals, 2 by Phoenix. Coyotes veteran Ray Whitney said he understood how the Blackhawks felt. Quote, "We would probably be equally upset if our guy was knocked out of the game like that. That's unfortunate that he got injured. We certainly don't want to see that. I can understand their frustration, as they can probably understand ours when our most valuable player, Smith, gets hit in the jaw. You don't want to see anybody in our league get injured. I can understand the frustration, and I can understand the league's going to handle it the way they have to handle it." According to the league, the hearing was planned for today, but moved to Friday at the request of Torres and the Players' Union. Quote from Tippett, "It's out of our hands, now it's in their hands. We'll deal with it as further stuff comes down from them." So, comparing the 2 teams, 82 games played, Blackhawks were 45-26 with 11 overtime ties, 101 points, 4th in the Central. The Blackhawks scored 248 goals, allowed 238. Coyotes were 42-27 with 13 overtime ties, 97 points, division champions, scored 216, allowed only 204. So Blackhawks have a better offense. Defensively, the Coyotes are better defensively. So, and the Coyotes aren't that great on the road. But yeah, going for the Coyotes. Hopefully Marian Hossa, like I said, gets better. And right now, as we speak, the game between the Penguins and the Blackhawks is still going on. Penguins leading 5-3 with 16:30 left in the second. So enjoy that game, and we'll see you around.